Hello, and welcome back to my 10k Megabase creative mode playthrough. I say playthrough, it's not actually a playthrough. We are just designing here. So, sorry, let me start a stopwatch. Great, because otherwise I just rattle on forever. All right, so what have we got here? I have continued playing around with the refineries off camera. We got most of the way there last time. Anyway, I have done a bit more offline. So it turns out that to drive 2 plastic machines at full speed, we need 2 refineries, 1 heavy cracking and 3 light cracking. This turns everything into petroleum. This actually takes a little while for the heavy oil, for the light oil to leak away. Yep, and these are ever so slightly backed up on light oil, but these are backed up on petroleum. So these are running at full speed, basically. Now, this is a build with, let's take a blueprint of it. There we are. Yeah, so we're backed up on light oil and we're backed up on petroleum. We could ask what would happen if we took away bits. All right, so if we took away one of these light cracking, does everything still work? Actually, it seemed it does. Yeah, there's absolutely no dip in the graph here. Because we want to end up with the smallest possible build, right? So even if some of these things are backed up or only working part of the time, that's fine, because we want the smallest possible build which will drive 2 plastic machines at full speed. So that appears to work. Okay. What would happen if we took away a refinery? So let's take a blueprint of this. Okay, so there's a couple of things we need to fix in the meantime. There we are. Okay. Okay, so we're getting red lights on the plastic machines now. And we're only making 2K a second now. We were making 2.5 before. So that second refinery is necessary. There we go. And we're back to a production of 2.5. Okay, so then we could ask, is the second cracking necessary? Okay, and yes it was. Our production is now falling off. So it was at 2.5, it's now fallen right down. Okay, so let's put that back. Ah, that's the full build. This is the slimmed down build. And let's see the production go back up to 2.5. Great with that. Okay, so yeah, the take home from this is the minimum build, refinery build possible, which will drive our plastic. Now, we could have a central big refinery area. The problem with that is the bigger you make the refinery, the more piping there is. And every single pipe takes UPS. Pipes are pretty awful. They use UPS even when they are totally full and when they are totally empty. There is no state for a pipe where it is not recomputed. So you want to minimize the number of fluid entities. Okay, I'm just taking a sip of tea because it's Sunday morning for me here, and I haven't yet had enough tea to function. That's better. Okay, so this is our build, or at least this is our components. What we need to do now is tidy this up so that it fits within our red circuit design. So where did red... Here they are. So one of these on top, one on the bottom. And really what I would like to do is squeeze the plastic in the middle here and then thread pipes through, but I don't think that's going to be practical. I think we may end up having to put the plastic near the back of the build. I'm also thinking the majority of the work on these builds is going to be smelting. Sorry, get rid of that flashing. It's very annoying. There we are. The majority of the work that these builds will do will be in the form of smelting, turning ore into plates. And there you are, all the flashing. Is that all the flashing? No. Because we need substations to power up the middle. Where have my substations gone? Here. Okay. Sorry about that. Flashing lights in the morning doesn't agree with me. So, what we would ideally like is for most of the bot traffic to be as close as possible to the drone ports. Most of the bot travel, I think, is going to be iron and copper plates traveling to the green circuit machine and to the coil machine, and then twice as much traffic from the coil machines out to the red chips. So maybe we do actually want the smelting behind here, because that's quite low volume per machine, quite low number of journeys per unit space, if you see what I mean. Whereas here there's a lot of journeys per unit space. So I think if these are at the front, drone ports directly by them, that's the right way to do it. So really we would prefer to have our plastic being made in here. The problem with that is that the plastic is 4 tiles wide. The plastic build is 4 tiles wide. The reason for that is because you have to fit some pipe. Okay. But what we could do is have half of this build with the beacons offset to the left and half of this build with the beacons offset to the right. I think that would work. And then we just have to thread some pipe through the gap, which isn't a big problem. Then the refinery can be behind this on one side, which does make me think I'd like to get the refinery a lot neater so that all the beacons and things line up. So what do we need to do in terms of lining up beacons? Right, so I think this is, I can't pick this edge because that's where the heavy oil pipe comes out. We're going to be feeding in material here, then there's the heavy oil pipe. So maybe this isn't possible. Maybe we can't make everything totally line up. What we could do though is move this cracking back into this line. All right, so first things first, I think we can take all of this right. I've been doing this without okay. So that's still fully beaconed. Yeah, it's just I've tidied up this. Okay, now could we move this cracking? Ideally we'd move the cracking to there. There maybe. Yeah, I think that's a good place for it. Okay, we'd move the cracking to there. We would need water. And this is actually an open question. I'm not sure if it is more UPS efficient to have an offshore pump which pumps directly in the back of these machines with one pump per machine, or if it's more efficient to have one offshore pump pumping into a one offshore pump going into a single, let's put a pump in there so that we don't get backflow, into a pipe and then feed multiple things off the one pipe. There we go. Okay. Right, we have completed our build, so we don't need extra bits of pipe hanging around. This whole assembly here can just go away now. Okay. And I'm wondering, maybe we can fit the cracking into this gap. And then everything would kind of, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to try and do. Okay, let's take that away. Right. Those are our two cracking machines. Right, let's put them there. Okay, now let's put heavy to light cracking there. Okay, so we're going to put water into there. Okay, and then we could put a substation there. That looks alright, doesn't it? Yep. Alright, we've obviously got some issues with pipes backing up. There we are, that joins that up. Okay, done. So we have two of these. Now, what are the options here? I could bring in a train. Let's have a look. Where's the... Have I done anything with... No, I haven't. Okay. So we could bring in a train, basically, and offload into tanks, and then pump petroleum, raw oil, sorry, into these refineries. I think what I would rather do is use pump jacks to pump jack the oil directly in. So in the same way that we are taking, we're going to be using a water fill type mod to make holes for water pumps, I think I might do the same thing for oil wells. Let's have a look. We have a bit of oil here. Okay. Apparently there is a mod called OmniMove, which allows you to cut and paste resources. So I am going to try and install that. So let's first of all save this game. There we go. Then we are going to quit game, mods. OmniMover. lets you move all fields. Okay, let's install that. Okay. This is quite exciting. I've never installed a random mod before while recording. Okay, so let's load this game. Brilliant. Okay, so there's some oil over here. Okay, so I actually don't know how you move things with Omnimod. So let's have a look at options, mod settings. So we've got RSO, bottleneck, creative mode, helicopters, hell mod, resource labels, YARM. Nope. Controls, mods. Helicopter, max rate, vehicle snap, auto research, hell mod, upgrades. Okay, I can't see the... Okay, mods. OmniMover requires OmniLib. Okay. Okay. I'm not used to mods which have dependency trees, and apparently Factorio, the mod manager, isn't either. Okay. Onwards and upwards. Great. So this is great. Back, play, load. Okay, so now how do we do this? Options, mods. Okay, not quite sure what's going on there. Controls, mods. And I still don't know what the... Yeah, I can't see a key press. Okay, I'm going to have to ask Google. Which I'm doing on another screen. Okay, so it says I should select by dragging across, as you would anything else. I'm not sure. This doesn't seem to be working. Okay, so for now we're going to continue to just fake in until I figure out how to use OmniMover or Oh, hang on. There's a console command where I can actually spawn in a well where I'm standing. That might be the better plan. Okay, so we'll ignore that for now. We will start building this. Okay, this needs a whole load of smelters. Okay, so we need some plate smelters, sorry, copper smelters and iron smelters. For iron, we need 1/4 of 27. 8, 16, sorry, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. So that is 7. We need 7 iron smelters. Okay, we might be able to get away with 6. We will see. And we need 55 divided by 4. 40 is 10 plus another 4, so that's 16. 14, sorry. Yeah. So 7 and 14. Let's see if we can get this. So we'll start piecing this together. It's not a very big build, is it? Let's find our book. There we are. Right, so we need 7 of these. Let's just see how big that looks. And in practice, we're looking at 3 add 3, I think. So 3 on one side, 3 on the other. And we could put those right by, yeah, we could put these behind there. That's it. Whoop. Okay, we've got some sort of alignment issue here. One, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I've managed to build these right hanging rather than left hanging. Oh, I've got that upside down. That's... Try again with less stupid. Oh, that's better. All right. So 1, 2, 3. Right. We probably need a. We probably do need the 7th smelter. Okay. Then we need copper. Right. So that's iron, steel, copper. And we need 16 of these, so that's 8 on each side. We might be able to get away with 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on that side. And let's do 8 on this side. Okay, so I think that is what we need. So we may need 1 extra smelter completely, or we may need 1 extra iron, or anyway, we will figure this out when we actually run it. And then we've got this plastic build that needs to go somewhere. And I kind of want this to be as central as possible. There's no good reason why this should be gapped anymore, is there? Okay, so let's take this. It could be placed... Yeah, it could be placed there. All right, let's take that. That, I think. Now, where are we? Okay, the issue with this way of building it is we'll be pulling in coal here. So let's put in a requester chest for coal. And then we'll be providing plastic here. And I'm going to provide 4 stacks because plastic doubles in size as you're making it. Okay, and then we need to work out what the request size would be for this. 245 looks fine. Okay, so yeah, the problem is this is all sort of a bit backwards. We really want the insertery stuff to be happening, well, it has to happen within this loginet. And if you see, it only goes back to there, which means that we want these machines to be placed there. But we've got these inputs here, which isn't great. Could we... I'm wondering if we can flip something around. Okay. So that would be okay. And then we'd have to figure out where the petroleum goes. So let's take that off. And I've just mucked up the... right. All right, so cap this to 4 stacks. Power this up so that I can, no, because I don't have, there we go. Okay, so then we still have the problem that we're putting in the oil this side, which is the wrong side. All right, let's take this, because this at least has the boxes set. All right, take all that off. Then we could build that. Okay, then we need to close off the beacons. This could all be compressed towards, this can all be squashed a lot because this is 4 wide. Okay. Okay, that works. So then the only issue is this heavy oil mess. So let's take a blueprint of our mini refinery as it stands. So we'd be trying to put it somewhere there, for example, and we'd have to find a way of threading those pipes. Right, I'm going to leave the episode here because we're running over time. Next time we will get this all together. We'll stick in some supply boxes and see if this actually works. Until then, thanks very much for watching. Like, subscribe and tell your friends, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.